friends, let's take a look at Tezos. Tezos, oh Tezos, you are my Georgie Bezos or whatever. What's the guy called? Jeff Bezos? Tezos till you Bezos. Yeah, let's take a look at this. So this is the 2-day time frame that we've got open at the minute, and you can see the Bully Wally Bandy Wandies are on here, and they're out at the top side, tracing up the way, doing all that good stuff, coming back in, hitting the top, the upper bully band as part of every sort of trading session, then having a wee bit up above it, making it easy to trade this thing if you're looking at it in those sorts of time frames. Going down at the 24-hour time frame, you can see that we came back down, but then came up and touched it again. And, this is where it kind of starts to get a bit more interesting as we look down the way, because you can see that we were tracing all the way up there like we have been on the 2-day time frame, there for the last couple of days. And now we're kind of maybe asking the question just today of whether or not we'll be going back into it, proper. And if we look here in the 12-hour time frame, pardon me, you can see that started off already. We came down, we touched our 236 there at 333333333, and then we went towards the top side again thereafter. But we've got a bit of a doji on the go here, and it's not happening with strength. And we've got a little bit of the old bearishy type divergence. Well, not really, but not really here. But you can see that we've not got an increased momentum, and that we have this sort of what you could almost make out as an ascending triangle. It's not really though. It's more of a symmetrical triangle on the oscillators down below, and that is a sort of 50-50 thing. So I kind of bear that in mind. Overall, of course, the trend being your friend till the end of the trend. So really what we have to do here in these episodes is look out for what could be the signs of the end of the trend happening. Now, if you are looking for that, then you could also be looking here towards the bearish divergence that we have between the last two highs up here, which has resulted in the price coming back down towards the 236, but hasn't broken down below it yet. If we actually look as well, the two other lines there, that green and this sort of greener green, this is what I would call this. See this green here that's blue? That's more, well, it's a greener green, right? It's a darker green. That, when you're landing into on a plane into Scotland, is what hourglass looks like in Scotland. Now, if you're going into a plane to Ireland, this slightly different coloured shade of green here is what the grass in Ireland looks like. That's a lovely little thing. I think it's true. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever noticed a difference in the colour of the grass between Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, and of course, Scotland. Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland really having the same coloured grass, by the way, because there's 32 counties in Ireland and all of them have got the same colour of grass. So if we look here and we look down here, there's the 33333 area. That'll what we can easily call our inflection zone. Where we have these golden pockets. We come in here down to, so we'll call it 3333 down to 3288, and that's where you'd like to see the turnaround at. You can see here in the 4-hour time frame, that's where the middle of the Bollinger Bands is coming in at. So that's what you'd be looking for if this bearish divergence plays out and it continues to be bullish. Excuse me, it's the police. Nope. That's an ambulance. I'm really bad at guessing. Despite the fact that I live right in the center of town, and out there is clearly the street. If you've been watching these episodes, is clearly the street that all of the emergency services drive up here. I'm really quite bad at telling which one's which. Ambulance or police car or fire engine, or of course fire ambulance, people ambulance, and crime ambulance, if you like to use the word ambulance for everything. So we're looking here, and I'd be looking here towards the baseline here and saying, are we going to go past that? This is of course in the smaller time frames. As you can see in the big time frames, just making this point and using the Bollinger Bands for this episode today, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. The questions are being asked here in the 24-hour time frame, going up towards the 2-day time frame. You can see that things are quite bullish, right, and that we could see pullbacks to the Bollinger Bands at that 33333 level and still just be in amongst, moving up the way, being, staying in this area where we can thread up and trace along the Bollinger Bands. But we can see if this changes from the sort of the dynamic on the bigger picture. Now, looking at the weekly time frame, you can see we've come all the way up towards the top here, moved slightly past it, then come back down underneath it again. I think this, looking at these sorts of things can make trading quite easy, really, in general. So, but obviously not from the small time frame perspective and the big time. You have to link it all together. That's what I was trying to do, is trying to kind of show people how you would do that in the Bitcoin episode today, if you want to check in with that. I've actually, to be honest with you, I do that in every episode anyway. That's all part of kind of me educating you on how to become an independent, self-reliant trader, is showing you how all these things link together. Because the skill in being an effective trader, by the way, is actually looking about how all of these things work across the board, as opposed to looking at just one singular aspect of things. That's the skill to be a positive, successful one in the long term that you need to develop. And I think that I'm imparting that knowledge onto people. Of course, keep watching the episodes, but become self-reliant too. So so anyway, in terms of the weekly time frame, we will be making a bigger difference, a big splash in the water and all the rest if we get up to 36,000, just another couple of hundred up from where we are just now. So it's not like out of the realm of possibility to think that is possible. I say that we've already wicked up as high as that there this week. If we see this continue on, then maybe that'll be a big crunch point for us as well. And we've got an 886 Fibonacci retracement coming in at that zone there as well. I did talk to somebody in the comments as well. In the comments, was it the comments or the Discord? I struggle to remember. I think it might be in the comments. I think it might have been King. I'm not sure. It might have been. If it was, shout out. By the way, shout out to you anyway. You shared me on Twitter. I really appreciate it. You're a good guy. Everybody that watches is a good guy. Everybody that shares me on Twitter is a good person. Even if you're a gal, you're a good guy. You're a good guy, gal, good guy, girl, guy, gal thing. So thanks so much. By the way, really appreciate it. What was I trying to? I forgot. Kind of just got distracted by the thing. I suppose maybe I wanted to look at this in the small term time frames, the 1 hour here, and see how things are going. This is just pure. This is just like so we can just kind of just call this what it is and say that we have this sort of thing on the go at the minute. Really, again, these happen all the time. They're everywhere. Triangles are everywhere. They chase you around the streets if you let them. And we're getting up towards the end of this, so we could see a sort of move out of this. If we were to just simply continue the trend on the way, we'd be looking down to that 3333. The sideways kangaroo trend. We're looking down at that 333 area. We've come up towards the top end of it at the minute, so you could theoretically take a sort of a short off the back of that. You can see the Bollinger Bands also lining up with the edges of this thing at the minute. There's always confluence like this. You can see how this functions. I wasn't really paying attention to it when I drew these two lines in. I just was looking at the candles and getting it lined up. But you can see now, like when I'm thinking about it, how these things all line up together. I hope that you get a sort of some value take away from that. And if we were to move beyond it, then of course I would be looking. I wouldn't really expect a massive shocking move off the back of it, but and of course it's never like that. I'd be looking for that there where this is. What is this anyway? This is like an 886, is it, or something like that? What is it? Yeah, it's the 886 on this sort of all-time highs and lows, or all-time highs down to swing low. Is that what it is? I think it is. Down here, something. Fibonacci retracement. Sorry, a bit vague there on it. But that's what I'd be looking for in terms of where this could potentially go if it were to break towards the top side. Potentially, where there would be a pullback. Where's that coming at? 3,600. Yeah, I've covered everything, haven't I? I've covered everything. I could look at the dollar prices, and I will. Since I owe it to you. Same chat, right? And I would say the same thing there with the move. This would be a triangle, and it would be roughly the same sort of size, and all the rest of it. This is probably decent enough sort of size to look to. And it would take you up to the 886, which is there. And so the highs that you're looking at would be $3.40. If we were to go up towards that, another good turnaround zone, of course, is that 330 area. We want to see that be captured move towards the upside. We did have bearish divergence here, this high versus this high. This high here is higher on the price action, lower on the oscillator. Get out of the way tool. And lower divergent there as well. So we've had that kind of playing out. Chat's all the same. Suppose then it could look to then 1 hour Bollinger Band lower end is $3.03. Looking at the 4 hours, the median line comes in there at the $3.07 area. We've seen the prices kicking about there a whole load. 315 at the minute as well. That's like the kind of the smaller term time frame range if you're trading this thing on the low time frames. The top end of that comes in at 326. You could be pushing that up the way as well if it was going up. So the area is obviously 330. The lower end of this on the 4 hour time frame is down there at 287. Now that was King. Oh yeah, what I meant to say was he was saying that he was looking for a pullback down to 287 or something like that, and this would be wise. So you wouldn't be unwise thinking that 236 is coming in there at $2.93. So what you'd be saying, what you'd be kind of hoping to see, I suppose, would be for it to kind of just wick down here and come back up the way afterwards. It does make for a fairly easy risk management point of view. If you were sort of long in it from there, then you'd be saying, for instance, that you could stop out at sort of the 280 area and just call it, and say, well, fair enough. Or you could even be looking out and saying, maybe we'll go in and we'll hit that 618 golden pocket zone again there, which is coming in between 282 and 279. Maybe that's where you'd be looking to overall as like, as this develops. But obviously that's a ways away from where we are just now. And in terms of percentage moves, you're looking at a solid 10% move towards the downside. And then you could also play it on the way there if you wanted to. So that's something to consider if you are considering that. Thank you so much. Look, I'm going to leave off here, right? I'm just going to say thank you so much for tuning in on a daily basis. I really, really appreciate it. I love the fact that I'm like the OG original Tezos daily person on YouTube and that I'm contributing something to the Tezos community. I think that's fantastic, but the Tezos community contributes so much more to me than I contribute to it. All of you out there who watch these videos on a daily basis have done me proud. Thank you so much. And the people who share me on Twitter and everything else, thank you so much. You are the core of what we're doing here. And when I say we, I include all of you. I know that we do this process together, that I'm sort of leading the charge, I suppose, when we do the analysis, but we're all in it together, and I really appreciate it. So I just wanted to say that because it's true and I feel it. So I'll catch you next time. Thank you for tuning in. If you get value from these episodes, hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Really, really appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one. I'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks so much. See you next time. Share this with your friends, by the way. youtube.com/RockyOutcrop. It's as easy as that. See you next time.